What's up? What's up? One the real quick video. I wanted to just come at y'all for a quick thought. I was watching Flight Bus, and he was just talking about shifts and stuff like that, and he was like things are surely are going to change and things like that, and it made me think when you look at the Bible, like when you get to a chapter and a verse, like say you at Romans 1 verse 22. If you get to 22 and stop, you never read the whole verse. So you gotta, go through the verse and finish reading it. Then you get to 22. So then you get the whole understanding of 22. And as a kid, I had to understand that because I think when they'd be like, we're gonna read verse 9 through 18, I'm thinking we go through 9 and stop at 18, but now you gotta finish what's after 18. And it's the same thing as if you're in the shift. Like we think just because the shift is here, like that's it. Like the change is grand and everything's a parade and a birthday. Like there's no more work to do or some shit like that. But it's like no, you got to finish going through that whole transformation in a sense, and then you start to see the aspects. And it's the same thing what Flightbus was saying in the sense of it's funny that I refer him to that. Well, it's D-Lo, the pilot man or whatever, but pretty much you got to go through the shift. Like you have to go through that and that energy. But it's like he said, it'll be slow. It'll be a slow process, and it's the same thing. A lot of us get stuck in like, oh, it's a new age, so I'm like this now, and this is like it becomes a religion. We get stuck in our ways and shit like that. Even though we think we're in the information age, it's like we have no idea how much this information really about to round us, and think about how nobody's really grew up from the internet age, from birth to like old age in a sense. For everybody that's been living in old age shit, they bitch like the niggas that's 80, 90, they just when they first was around, they had to deal with radio and TV. Like they just was getting TVs. Then it was black and white and all that shit. So for the aspects of like how much we really need to retain and how much this information age is just starting, like we really don't know what's about to happen in a sense. Like we think everything is good in a sense when you look at like Twitter, spiritual, anything that's mainstream in a sense, like mainstream thoughts, the ones that stuck on the surface, like oh, we in the information age, life is different now. Like nah, nigga, it's a lot of shit that still has to round out and still has to be formed through the spaces that we're going through. But yeah, that's all I really had to say because it just it sparked my mind, and it goes to anything from when we think about shit. Everything is many shifts we talk about, from eclipse to Aquarius age to whatever. What's some other shit I'm trying to think of. Shit, the Lions Gate, like all the little things that come up. Like these shifts are cool, but those are just the beginning aspects in a sense. Like you still don't really know how they're gonna affect you to long run. I mean, until the long run. And even when you think about anything, it's like you have to really go through it, be out of that experience, really be out of that emotions, out of that energy to then look back at it and be like, oh, I see how it affected me then. So even then, it's like you got to live this shit out to really even look back and see how it's truly affecting us. Because it's hard to look at it when you're in, that energy. You got to look at it from outside the box in a sense. Like with relationships or anything where we used to cry and shit, now we can laugh at it later because we completely out of that energy. We completely removed from that energy. Or now I wouldn't say completely removed, but in a sense where we transmuted it to us where it's a whole nother energy and it's not that same, original energy. But yeah, like I said, short video, like, subscribe, share. That's it. Deuces.